Today we are going to have another episode in my What I Eat in a Day series to lose weight. And today we are going to be making a delicious crock-pot meal. So while I get breakfast started, right after that, we're going to get going with a crock-pot chicken macaroni and cheese. It's going to be good. You do not want to miss this episode. So I don't know about you, but I love macaroni and cheese. And so today we're going to be doing a crock pot version. It's going to be really high in protein. It's going to be really delicious. It's got all kinds of good things in it. And I think it's going to be something that you're going to add to your repertoire after you try this. So first of all, before we get going with the mac and cheese, let's get breakfast started. So today I want to do easy because I still have so much garden work to prep and get ready for my spring gardening this year. So today we're gonna have a bowl of cereal and a cup of coffee. That sounds really good. Now we're gonna make it a little bit more protein friendly. I'm just gonna be having a cup of cornflakes, and instead of adding any sugar or anything like that, I'm gonna be having it with some vanilla protein shake. So it's gonna taste delicious. I love cereal anyway. I could eat it every day. So let me show you how I throw it together. So I start off with a cup of cereal. And then all I do is add one of these Oikos 30 grams of protein. It's a vanilla shake. And whatever I don't put in here, I finish drinking the rest. So it turns out it's just a really good way to do breakfast when you're in a hurry and have other things to do. And so it leaves me a little to have with my meal. And so this is my breakfast this morning, cornflakes. That was delicious. I love to have cereal sometimes. It's just, I don't know, it reminds me of when I was a kid. I used to eat cereal all the time, pretty much every day for breakfast. So anyway, we're gonna get started with our chicken. Now, I've got some chicken breasts, but I wanna cut them up. I've had them kind of half thawing since I went to go work out this morning. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut those up and show you how we're gonna start throwing everything in the crock pot. This is so easy doing crock pot anything. I love my crock pot. I actually used to have 3 of them. Now I have 2 of them. And this one will be kind of used out of maybe my medium crock pot. But this will be a great way to have dinner tonight. We're gonna have a hot bowl of mac and cheese. So to this recipe, we're gonna put in 120 grams of chicken. Now I have this chicken kind of semi-thawed. It's not thawed all the way, but I think it's gonna be thawed enough that I can cut it into chunks. This will work just fine. And I don't need real big chunks. I just need chunks that are, you know, gonna be able to go into the crock pot and just kind of cook up really nice. So I'm gonna just throw this chicken in the crock pot. When I'm at the store and I'm buying things like chicken or anything like that, I try to buy in bulk and then I refreeze it into smaller, either weighed or portion size, so that I know I can be making lots of meals out of it. Just works really good for me. It's one of the things that I do to meal prep so that I always have all kinds of things on hand. I don't have any problems with that. All right, so we've got our chicken. I'm gonna take my gloves off because we're done with that. So I am gonna make one substitution here, and I'll put the actual recipe in the description below, but it calls for 2 chopped orange bell peppers and 2 chopped red bell peppers. And I actually am going to use some of my Jimmy Nardello peppers from my garden from last summer. I'm just going to throw a couple cups of these in there. I think there's actually a couple green peppers in here as well. And these are already chopped up. They were frozen, but they're going to work out just perfect in here. These are really delicious sweet peppers. We're gonna add some like Rotel, the diced tomatoes with the green chilies. We're gonna be putting in some enchilada sauce. We're gonna be putting in some green chilies. And I'm gonna have all the directions down below as far as what we're gonna be using. It actually calls for 2 tablespoons of some pureed garlic. I actually don't have any of that, but I do have fresh garlic, and so we're gonna go ahead and just put this through our little, thing here that purees it. I'm gonna put some black pepper in here. We're gonna put some salt. I use some pink Himalayan salt. We're gonna be using some onion powder. And then the other thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take an onion and I'm gonna roast it in my oven, and I'll bring you back to show you that. But for now, I'm gonna go ahead and start cooking this chicken. So this is my onion. I actually broiled it about 20 minutes. So this has got some good char on it. So I'm just gonna throw this into my crock pot and we will get going on our meal. We've got our roasted onions in here. We've got all of our seasonings and our spices. And we're just gonna let this cook now for a couple of hours, probably about 3 hours, 4 maybe. We'll see how it is in 4 hours. We're just gonna leave it alone now, and I'll bring you back when we make our queso sauce. Yummy, this is gonna be so good. So at this point, I'm just going to take a mixer and shred up this chicken in the crock pot. You can see it looks beautiful. I'm taking some cottage cheese and running that through the food processor. I'm adding all kinds of other ingredients: milk, cheese, enchilada sauce, salt and pepper. And all I'm trying to do is get the consistency of like a cheese sauce. So at this point, I'm just going to mix it all together, and I ended up having to put it in a larger bowl because there was quite a bit of it. And so I'm just mixing it all together, and then I'm going to be stirring that and then putting it right in with the chicken. And I'm going to be adding this chickpea rotini pasta. This is a plant protein pasta. It's 21 grams of protein, and you can see this is just gorgeous. This was so good and so delicious. All right, my mac and cheese is done. My chicken queso mac and cheese. I'm not eating till later tonight because I'm waiting for my husband, but I do want to just try a little bite of this for you. And that way I can honestly tell you how it came out. All right, so I used half of the chickpea macaroni and half of the elbow macaroni just to kind of cut down on the carbs and add extra protein. I've had this before. It is so good. So good. That is a delicious dinner. If you like mac and cheese as much as I do, you need to give this a try. It is so good and so delicious. So thanks for joining me today on What I Eat in a Day series. Tonight I might be having an apple. Later, if I get hungry, this I'm going to be serving with a salad. And that's it. That's it for today. I'll put the link to all of the macros down in the description below. If you're interested in making this, it's very high protein, low calorie, low carb, delicious. So thanks for watching today. If you're not a subscriber, please consider subscribing to my channel. Give me a like, a thumbs up, or ring that bell for future notifications, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.